Thank you, Gabrielle. Good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at sunrise. Weak high pressure across the islands. It's going to give us some stable conditions, but still have some low-lying moisture that will cause some showers and possible thunderstorms by afternoon over the islands. So today, nice day and still weather-wise, partly sunny, hot and humid. But a shower thunderstorm by afternoon will be popping up. Your high temperature 91, heat index 103. Tonight, a few patchy clouds around, still muggy. Your low going down to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 90 and 81. In Jamaica 87 and 80. In Trinidad 91 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 90 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta 94 and 75. In Boston 86 and 70. In Miami 91 and 79. Dallas, Texas 91 and 87. And Toronto, Canada 76 and 65. As you go to the weekend, weak high pressure will be across the island, creating some light winds, but also some beautiful weather, partly sunny skies, though showers and thunderstorms could be popping up by the afternoon hours. So temperature daytime will be in the low 90s, at nighttime upper 70s to lower 80s. That's what's wrapping your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. The Bahamas Youth Climate Conference will end today, but if you haven't been there, you've been missing out on the most important discussion happening in the Bahamas on climate change and how it impacts us and how the youth can be involved. Here with us to tell us about the conference and how it's going to end out are Rueanna Haynes. She is the director of the Climate Analytics Caribbean. We have Mr. Charles Hamilton, our friend, who's been here already. He's a climate change advisor with the Office of the Prime Minister of the Bahamas. And we have Director Rochelle Newbold of the Climate Change Environmental Advisory Unit with the Office of the Prime Minister. Wonderful having you here. Good morning again.
Good morning. Good morning.
I can feel all the energy from this week, right? You guys have been working so hard to get this conference off the ground, bringing youth from all over the country to UB to discuss important topics regarding climate change. Tell us, why did this conference arise in the first place?
Well, it's obvious from all the things that are going on globally about climate change that countries such as the Bahamas and other small island states around the world, we are the receivers of all the impacts. It is important for us to make sure that the generations to follow have a clear and true understanding of what the issues are. And the only way to do that is to bring them to the table. But to get them to the table, they have to be knowledgeable about the issues. So the climate conference with a national focus is to educate the Bahamians so that they have an understanding. We see record-breaking changes from the global environmental impacts every day, not even a year. Every day we're setting records. And our young people need to understand. We need to create those leaders, and this is one of the vehicles that we're using.
And we're so excited again because in the room yesterday you can feel the energy from the participants getting involved in these important discussions. And I think what's been driven home is that they are crucial for this present discussion and the future discussion. Charles, tell us, how was it bringing this conference all together, and how was day one?
Absolutely, Mark. It was a fantastic time in day one. Just the energy, the excitement from the young people who were there. They're really eager to just, put out their questions, to be able to just digest all of the tidbits and knowledge that's coming their way. I think that we see that, we have a really good crop of young people who are ready to be climate change advocates, diplomats, and just, helping to bring our community together. Because as we said, we're not going to take this fight lying down. The climate fight is a fight for our very survival. And young people, I know, are dreaming about their future. And so we were just so excited to see that young people could have been anywhere for their summer vacation. But they chose to come to UB, listen to persons talk about climate change, engage in some fantastic interactive activities, and win some prizes along the way as well. We got tings.
Tings?
We got tings.
We like tings. Plenty tings was given away yesterday, and there's more tings if you coming to get tings. But I am definitely inspired, as you said, because when you look at the broader discussion of what's happening in climate change, what's happening with the larger countries, the developed countries out there who are contributing to a lot of the impacts of feeling, sometimes you can feel a little disheartened. But I feel hopeful by what was discussed in the room, and I feel like my children, maybe they can have a place here in the Bahamas. Maybe their children will continue to have a place in the Bahamas. Rueanna, you were our keynote speaker yesterday. Tell us a little bit about climate analytics and what you do and what you're doing here in the Bahamas.
Sure. First of all, I'm so happy to be here. This is only my second visit to the Bahamas, and I've been so impressed with the organization of the Climate Change Youth Conference. I mean, it's just fantastic. I work with an organization called Climate Analytics. The organization has been working since 2008 to provide cutting-edge scientific and policy support to small island developing states and least developed countries participating in the UN climate change negotiations. And I am the director of the Caribbean office, which is based in Trinidad and Tobago. We work specifically on trying to close the gaps between what we see happening at the international level with the global climate discussion and what then happens in the region in terms of implementation on the ground.
So what does happen? We hear these terms like COP, and we hear Kyoto Protocol and UN and all these things, and there's these negotiations that go on. The Bahamas sends a delegation. But tell us, what are some of those discussions that are happening, and what are some of the points that are important for small island states like the Bahamas, Trinidad, and whoever else are part of this alliance?
Yeah, so the UN climate system was really set up as a forum to coordinate the global response to climate change. No one country can address this crisis. It requires all of us at the table, all hands on deck. Since 2015, we've been working on the Paris Agreement, and in the context of the goals set out by the Paris Agreement to limit global temperatures, the increase in global temperatures to 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is a really important limit for small island developing states, because we know that warming beyond that will actually be catastrophic for our precious ecosystems. Also, we have goals in the Paris Agreement on advancing climate resilience, so our resilience to the impacts of climate change, as well as on climate finance. So the entire system has been working towards the achievement of those goals. This year is a big year for climate finance. We will be discussing a new goal on climate finance. In 2009, we agreed to mobilize $100 billion a year for climate action, but we've known for some time that that goal wasn't adequate to the task. Right. We understand now that if we are to have a fighting chance at limiting warming to within 1.5 degrees Celsius, we actually need to mobilize finance to the tune of trillions of dollars. And the new goal will be a key part of that effort. So yeah, it's a big year this year.
It's a big year, a big task. We need big money, but we can do it. Director Newbold, as you've been in these rooms, you've been to COP, you've been in these negotiations, what are the key points for the Bahamas that we don't know? As the everyday person is walking on the street, what are we not aware of that you're doing for us, that the Bahamas is doing when they're representing at these events at COP?
Well, like Director Haynes said, that 1.5 is a critical number for us. But what we're seeing now with IEA's reports, IPCC reports, we're overshooting that 1.5. We're looking at a 2.5. We are already seeing Beryl coming in early with strong Category 4, teetering on Category 5. It is clear to us that this is a crisis. We're in the midst of it, and we had nothing to do with it. But how can we respond to what we're going to be facing, and how can we get our partners to respond? The new collective quantified goals, the targets, the amount of money that needs to be thrown at climate change has been estimated to be like $38 trillion at a minimum to start to work together. And we're talking about anywhere from 39 to 120 countries who need immediate financial injections in order to do it. Bahamians like being home. We like to travel, but we like to come home. And so it's imperative that we make sure that we have an understanding that sometimes in order for us to continue to maintain a livelihood in this global environmental change, we may have to make some adjustments. We may have to change some cultural norms that we had been accustomed to. What Grammy used to talk about, me and my grandchildren may not be able to do that anymore. And for people to be educated and aware of that. Our infrastructure may have to change. The way we transport ourselves would have to change. The way we deal with our food and our energy, all of these are going to have to change. And it may require some hard decisions, and it may be some rubbing that has to occur. But we have to be focused and look to the ultimate objective, the ultimate goal: sustainability and a lively economic and diversified economy, ensuring that our children have a future, making sure we're educated to what's going on, because it's not insular anymore, it is global.
Yes.
We're not just living on an island, we're living on a planet.
Yes.
And being able to thrive in that environment is important. Bahamians, whether you believe in climate change or not, a hurricane is going to come. How is your house going to hold up to it?
Right.
What are you doing to ensure that it ain't just, oh, BPL off, I can't do nothing? How can you ensure that you can have that lifestyle that you've become accustomed to, and what are the technological changes that you need to make? And how can you make that little bit of money you're getting, because everything going up except your salary,
Exactly.
how can you make that last longer and be more impactful? These are the things we're trying to communicate to people.
Hey, and I'm inspired. You can see my goosebumps popping out now, because this is a real and true discussion. And Brother Charles, I want you to drive it home as to what the youth conference this week, how important it is for this fight and for everything the director just mentioned.
Young people, this is about your future. Come out and learn what other discussions are happening in our region and around the world. We know that it may seem scary, but it's going to be important for you, your family, your community, and your nation. So if you want to learn more about climate change, climate finance, climate mitigation, adaptation, what are some jobs that you can get in this field to help yourself and our country? Come down to the University of the Bahamas. We start our panel at 9:15 a.m. You can go on youthclimateready.gov.bs to register online, but you can also come in person. Bring a friend, bring a lot of friends, because at the end of the day, this is going to benefit you. We need to ensure that our people are prepared for what's coming our way, and we're not sitting down to give up on the fight, and we don't expect for you to do that either. Bahamians punch way higher above our weight class, and I believe in the children that I'm seeing, the youth I'm seeing in that space today. They're inspiring.
Of course, I believe in the children too. I'm going to be there today facilitating the discussion, making sure that everyone is aware of what the important talking points are. But I'm sure after this morning, our viewers, our country, everyone around the world knows that the Bahamas and the Caribbean, we are here, and we ain't going to just lie down and get covered by the sea. And so I thank you again for being here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for being the climate warriors that you are. And we look forward to closing out a successful day at the Bahamas Youth Climate Conference at UB. Thank you again for all that you do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We fighting for our life. We'll be right back.
But what? The luncheon? Why you always worried about food? No, about how we gotta pay a little more for national insurance. Mildred, you talking food. I can't afford to pay that. And you're always crying, palm out. Ain't gonna be much. Boss still gotta pay. 1st of July, 2024. Oh, I can't wait to get my little extra pension.
You ain't lie about that, you know. I think that's what did help my boy Tony
Oh, yeah?
during the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
That same unemployment benefit. And guess what?
What?
Susan, I think she'd get a pregnancy benefit, eh?
You mean maternity benefit, eh? So now, we gotta do our part to make sure we get our pension. All right, then let me try and go back to my busy boss.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Thanks, Michelle.
Hey, congratulations on your new promotion.
Even I was surprised.
What are you going to do with that new windfall of yours?
You mean like investing in stocks and bonds?
Yes, you might want to consider investing in mutual funds. Money's a pool to invest in financial assets that fit your investment profile. Start your journey to financial freedom.
How do you know all this? What's Leno?
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money. Local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Welcome back. Andrea Major, president of the Bahamas Historical Society, joins me now to provide us with an update about the incredible organization. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you very much. It's been a while, but you know, I'm glad to be here. I feel like I'm home. And the main thing we'd like to talk about this morning is our upcoming annual general meeting, which is happening on the 6th, this Saturday, on the 6th of July at 10 a.m. at the Bahamas Historical Society. So we urge our members to come out. We're going to be electing officers for 2024-2026, and of course they'll be doing the bulk of the work for the Bahamas Historical Society for the next 2 years. Okay.
So when you talk about an AGM, I mean, it seems like very serious business.
It is.
So what is on the agenda?
Okay, of course, election of officers, and then of course we'll go through what happened during the year. As this president, I have to give a talk on what happened for the past 2 years, actually. Well, we had a mini one last year, but we elect officers every 2 years. Initially, it was every 1 year, but that doesn't work. So you need a little leverage. And so, yeah, so we talk about exactly what happened, exactly what we needed, and then, of course, if I'm elected president again, I tell you what we would like to look at going forward. But of course, we'll have a new committee at that time, so we'll have to wait until we meet and get all the consensus of the new committee for the way forward for the next 2 years.
So you talked about the people who are members now coming out, but what if somebody wants to get involved? How does one become a part of the Bahamas Historical Society?
One needs to call in or come in, fill out a form, or you can do it online. And you can go to www.thebahamashistoricalsociety.org or thebahamashistoricalsociety@gmail.com, and you can, that's what you call that?
That's the email address.
The email, that's
yes.
correct. And of course, we have the WhatsApp and everything else. But 322-4231 is the telephone number. Our hours are Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're coming to do a tour, don't come at 4. Come by 3:30. But of course, if you're coming to pay your membership or you just want to find out information, you can call us. Many times, too, we're there beyond 4 o'clock, but the door may be closed because we're doing some other administrative things inside the building.
Now, if people just drive past this lovely pink building, they're not sure exactly what goes on in here. It's been here for a long time, and now their curiosity is excited. Tell them a little bit about what the Bahamas Historical Society does.
The Bahamas Historical Society's main purpose is to promote the history of the Bahamas, to keep it alive, to tell the truth, to continue to seek after history, and also to pass it on to the public. Now, we have most of the people who come in there are from the international community. And when they come in there, they have a wonderful experience. Many people are from the cruise ship, and we have some domestic people as well, and we try to get more students to come in. Of course, we need more teachers who will teach, but we manage. And of course, when the students come in there, we try to have things out that they can handle. We tell them the history, we do some trivia with them, and we try to have a wonderful, I love young people, that will never stop. And so, one of the things we have on the agenda is to more curb appeal.
Okay.
We definitely need more curb appeal. We need people to know from the side of the building what is in there. So we're looking at that as well for this year. But you know, the main thing is money, 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 manpower, manpower, manpower. And of course, in October we'll be 65 years,
wow.
which is a wonderful, wonderful feat for this country as well. We know that people from around the world know about us. because they email us for information. Our journal, we've been publishing our journals now for 44 years, non-stop, packed with history of the Bahamas. And so this is the 2023 one that just came out. So we encourage our members, please pick it up. That'll save us some postage. And then, of course, those overseas, the postage to send these overseas used to be $4, now it's $10.
Oh,
So
wow.
now we have to pass them on to the consumer. But again, now we are appealing for papers for the 2024 issue. So we're asking anybody who thinks they have a very good historical contribution to send it in to the Bahamas Historical Society at .org or the email address. And you can call us if you don't remember all of this, and we can give it to you, 322-4231. But this year, we're hoping to have a fantastic year, starting from as soon as the election is over, right through to the next year. Because as I say, this will be our 65th year, and that is a wonderful milestone. Kudos to all the presidents who have been there. Many people who have kept this journal going, and we have one of them this year hopefully on the program.
I love that. 65 years, which means, honestly, the Bahamas Historical Society was functioning pre-independence and just telling that Bahamian story. So 65 years is a huge milestone. Do you have anything special planned to celebrate?
Well, again, we're just getting our new slate of officers. I have some plans, but I can't touch them until, we have a consensus. But yes, we're going to do some special things. We have to upgrade the building. We are in a wonderful location. I mean, it's paramount, but because of the emissions and the pollution from cars and jitneys and trucks, you clean the building today, in 3 months it's dirty because of all of that stuff. So we need to do something about emissions, or we need to clean the building regularly.
regular basis.
But again, funds are a problem. Since COVID, things have died down a bit, but they're picking up again. And of course, when you look at what the Minister of Tourism is saying and so many other agencies, we know that we have to beef up our commitment in the community and to ourselves, so that we will have a fantastic piece of the pie.
Now, is there a cost associated with membership?
Yeah, and it's very reasonable. It starts at $30, and you can go up to $2,000. If you want to become a life member, you pay $1,000, and you become a life member, and you don't have to pay again, but you could give us a donation.
That's
and
fabulous.
If you want to be a fellow, you pay $2,000. Now that may go up, but of course the lowest rate is $30 a year, which is very reasonable. And then a free journal comes with that. So this costs $12 and going up because printing is going up. But again, as a member, you get it free.
I love it. So what I'm hearing is that people should vote for you because you have some incredible plans, but you can't get into them until we have these elections done. Remind everybody, especially those who are members and who are encouraged to come out, when and where.
Okay, so the AGM is happening this Saturday, July the 6th at 10 a.m. sharp at the Bahamas Historical Society, and we are located on Shirley Street and Elizabeth Avenue, right on the corner. If you're going up to 66 steps, and you've got to pass us, okay, because we're on Shirley Street just before you go up the hill.
And if somebody watched this interview and they're encouraged to just come in, when I researched the Bahamas Historical Society, it's rated as one of our top, actually, museums. So encourage people to come out.
We can encourage people to come out. They won't be able to vote because only paid-up members can vote.
Of course.
But yes, they can come out and hear what we're doing and what some of our plans are and what we've done in the past 2 years. So yes, we encourage them to come too. And we also encourage people to come. We have free monthly meetings on different aspects of history. And those are free to the public, so they can come out and do that as well. And we have many other outreaches. Right now we have students in the museum because we do community service. We love the young people. It encourages them to know more about history, and we try to let them do everything that we do in there, so that by the time they leave, they're well trained how to deal with international guests, local guests, and how to advance themselves with the history of the Bahamas.
Well, I just want to say thank you for what you're doing to preserve the Bahamian story and to tell the Bahamian story. And I wish you all the best with this AGM, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you, and we'd like to say Happy Independence America and Happy, Happy, Happy Independence Bahamas.
I love it. Happy Independence America. Happy, happy Independence Bahamas. Thank you once again, and thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Alive Business SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Alive Business at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday, and it's fantastic because you stuck with us, and it's the Mid Show. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner, hoping that you are still having a happy Friday.
A happy of the happiest Friday. I feel like it's going to be a good beach weekend. I think Godfrey said it can be dead hot and humid. So hit the beach, everybody. But remember, when you go to the beach, please clean up after yourself. I went to the beach the other day and I had to step over this can and a bottle and a fork and a piece of chicken on the. Remember to clean up the beach, people. It's the one little beach we got and we fighting to keep it. So don't dirty it up.
I also want to put out my beach PSA, which is, I invited a friend of mine to go to the beach with me this weekend. And she was like, I don't have a beach body. And this is just my PSA to say that everybody is a beach body. Everybody deserves to go to the beach. Do not let, I know your New Year's resolution to lose a couple of pounds didn't work out. Don't let it hold you back from going to the beach. It's for all of us to enjoy. It's for all of us to exercise and have a great time. So if you're not feeling 100% confident, that's okay. The beach is for everybody. Everybody is a beach body.
Oh, I like that. Everybody is a beach body. I like and put that on my shirt. Yeah, man, just because I might bring my keg with me and on me, don't judge me. Because my floaties are internal, don't judge me.
I say, you just got your own, little internal flotation device, and that's all right.
That's fine.
Have a good time. Don't let anything keep you inside this summer.
What to do is channel your inner Bahamian child when you was on the beach in your jockey as a child and you didn't care. Now, don't be on the beach in your jockey.
I mean,
what I'm saying is, don't care.
Or you could bring back your church camp memories where you wore a t-shirt over your swimsuit to keep the modesty going. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, if you wear a t-shirt, you wear a tent, you wear a bikini, whatever it is that you wear on the beach, go to the beach and enjoy yourself.
Go and swim while we got it, because you never know. One hurricane might come and wash away all the sun, and then then we got to wait for the beach to build back up. But we got a great second half coming up. We're going to be talking to Rhaniskha Gibbs. She is our Olympic swimmer, and her road to Paris is on and popping, and we're going to be hearing from her and what that's all about.
And we're going to be checking out an interview with Dave Stewart. But before all that, we're going to take our second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Andrea, and good morning, Bahamas. Yes, second look at weather, sunrise, trip around the tropics, and we're only monitoring one system at this time, and that is Hurricane Beryl. And at 5 a.m. this morning, Cat 2 Hurricane Beryl was located in latitude 20.1 degrees north, longitude 86.9 degrees west, is moving towards the west-northwest at 50 miles per hour, some 40 miles east of Tulum in Mexico. The winds are now down to 110 miles per hour with higher gusts. Some further weakening is expected as it moves over the Yucatan Peninsula later this morning, and then some reinforcement regeneration to hurricane just before it reaches the Mexican or Texan coast early next week. Elsewhere, tropical cyclone formation expected during the next 7 days. On the local scene, weak high pressure across the island, still some low-lying moisture, and so therefore you can expect a lovely weekend and still weather-wise, partly sunny skies, and for the most part, hot and humid. But in your marine forecast today, those winds are light and variable, seas 1 to 3 feet in northwest and central Bahamas, east to southeast at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the southeastern islands. Down and steady across all the islands, those winds are light and variable, seas 1 to 3 feet. Then comes Sunday, those winds are southeast to south at 15 knots, 3 to 5 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, east to southeast at 15 knots, 3 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. Your tide, you can expect a high tide at 7:58 this morning. The next low tide will be at 2:01 this afternoon. High again this evening at 8:29. Sunset 8:02 this evening. Rise in the morning at 6:26. UV index 9. Your water temperature 83 degrees Fahrenheit, and your moon phase, no moon. Your external look, weak high pressure will continue to dominate future coastal weekends. So we're looking at partly sunny skies, hot, humid. The temperature daytime will be in the lower 90s, at nighttime in the upper 70s to lower 80s. That puts a wrap. If I look at weather at sunrise, I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. We were talking about swimming at the beach, but now we're talking about swimming at the Olympics. And as we kick off our Road to Paris 2024 series, our first guest is Rhaniskha Gibbs. She is an Olympic swimmer, and she's headed to Paris. Good morning, and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, first of all. Celebrity swimmer in the house. We know you're accustomed to winning, swimming for the Bahamas. You know, you've been here before with the medals and all of the accolades, but congratulations, you're heading to Paris. How do you feel about that?
Thank you. It's honestly an opportunity that I can't imagine. My coach has been talking about this with me for like the past few years, and I never believed him. I always took it as a joke and I didn't take it serious, and now the opportunity is actually here and it feels amazing.
We believe in you. The whole Bahamas believes in you. So if you need more encouragement, don't worry. You could turn right to us at Bahamas at Sunrise, and the Bahamas is going to be here cheering you on. So what inspired you to pursue swimming at a competitive level?
Oh, well, I started swimming at the age of 3. I had an older sister who swam as well, and then cousins actually, so it kind of ran in the family, and I always loved the water, loved going to the pool, swimming around, and I decided to take it seriously, and now that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and that's why you're here, and that's why you're headed to Paris. You know, we were talking earlier about just having fun in the summer, swimming in the beach, swimming in the pool. Who knows what that could lead to, right? It could lead to being an Olympian. So you're at Texas Christian University.
Yes,
and
sir.
so how has your training there been preparing you to go to Paris?
Training has been intense. From the moment I got there, my coaches had to talk with me and was like, okay, you're an international student. We know that there's an opportunity for you to go to the Olympics, and we're here to work with you and help you reach your goals. So training has been intense. My first year at college, I'm not gonna lie, it was honestly a lot trying to get used to, but I know that it's only gonna make me better, and I feel really much more prepared for my second year going into training, and I know that it's gonna be really good and help me improve in a lot of ways that I need to improve.
Hey man, after 1 year of training, you're at the Olympics. I can't wait to see what you got next. Tell us, what is a training session like for an Olympic swimmer, right?
So right now I'm training with my coach at home, Coach Cameron Bruni, with the Barracuda Swim Club. Training is pretty good right now. I would say it can be intense. Right now I'm only training for the 50 freestyle, so it's a lot of sprint work, a lot of detail work, really focusing on what I really need to focus on, because the 50 freestyle is a really short race. It's a sprint. It's a race that has to be executed perfectly for everything to go how you want it to go. So right now training is going well. I actually are training after this. So
yeah, we're keeping you from training, so tell Coach don't make you do any extra laps because you're going to be late. So what has been the most challenging part of this journey from whenever you had in your mind that you're going to be competing at a high level, and now that you're preparing for the Olympics? What's been the most challenging part of it?
The most challenging part really has been mental. Swimming honestly is really like a mental sport. It's really toughness. You have to be mentally prepared for everything. Honestly, going to meets, not each race is going to be perfect, and you're not going to drop time every time you swim. So it's really about keeping a positive mindset, because if you let small things like that bring you down, then you're going to think negatively, and you're going to be like, oh, well, I can't do this. If I can't drop time, I'm supposed to go to the Olympics. And if I don't go to the Olympics, then I'm not going to meet my goals, and nobody's going to be proud of me.
Oh, no, we wash all those thoughts away, right?
Yeah, so it's really about just thinking positively and believing in yourself, because it can get very discouraging at times, and just moving past that and just believing in your coach and in your training.
Yeah, believing in yourself is the first step. You got to see it in your mind, and then everyone else around you usually see it, and you're the last person to convince that you're great, you're awesome, that you're worthy, and the whole Bahamas believes in you, and we're going to be cheering you on. So what are your goals for heading to this 2024 Olympics?
My goals for Paris are honestly just to get a personal best and maybe a Bahamas record if we're lucky.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Personal best, Bahamas record, and it would be great if you get a medal, of course, but we are just so happy that you're there. We know you're going to do great. Just what you're saying is so amazing, because you train, you also go to school. How do you balance your academic life with your athletic training and just being just a normal human being, right?
Oh, I've been doing it for a while now, so it's honestly kind of a pattern that I've been going through my entire life. You really have to be disciplined when it comes to those type of stuff. And back at school, we have academic coaches who help us as well and really help keep us focused and stay on track. So from practice, I would go to like tutoring sessions, or before practice tutoring sessions, I'd go to study hall and make sure I get my work done, and I'm rested and go back to practice again the next day.
How did you react when you knew that you had made time to be at Olympic, that you qualified? How did you feel? You can be honest. Go ahead. All right.
I felt pretty good. Honestly, at nationals, I didn't swim how I wanted to swim, so I didn't think that I was going to be able to go. But when I found out that I was able to go, I was really excited.
Yeah, you deserve it. Like I say, you train hard. Are there other swimmers who've also qualified, or are you the only one so far?
No, there's also another male swimmer, Lamar Taylor. He's at University of Tennessee right now training, and he'll be going with me.
All right, so tell us, what's your schedule like, I guess, over the next couple of weeks when you prepare for competition and go through the competition? When does it happen?
I leave on July 24th. Competition starts on the 27th, which is a Saturday. But I, however, do not compete until the last day of the games. So leading up to that time, I will be training at home with my coach, Coach Cameron Bruni.
Awesome. And what are you most looking forward to going to Paris and representing the Bahamas and being at the Olympics?
Racing, that's what I'm most excited for. And also seeing all the other big Olympians who have been in the sport that I'm in now, first time Olympian, and just getting to watch them race and watch them make history at the Olympics also.
Yeah, well, you big people, you know. Oh, Olympian. You see how that sounds? Olympian. I love that. I love that. Is there anybody that you want to thank or, recognize for assisting you just throughout the journey from when you had been splashing around in the pool as a child and now you are an Olympian? Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Of course. First and foremost, you have to give all thanks to the Lord above, because without him, none of this is possible. My family and my friends, they've always supported me, and my coaches at school, Coach James Winchester and Coach Graydon Tedder, my coach at home, Coach Cameron Bruni, and the Barracuda family, who has always been there and support me through my ups and my downs, and they're really supportive and there's a group of people that I could always count on.
Fantastic. And
Yes,
you can
sir.
count on all of us here at Bahamas at Sunrise, all of our viewers, the whole of the Bahamas, you can count on us. If we could jump in that pool and help push you along, we would. But we'll be cheering for you from the Bahamas. So proud of you. Go forth and do your best. Get that personal best. Set a new record. And if you want, you could bring home a medal. If you want to, right? But congratulations again.
Thank you.
For being a first-time Olympian. Have more in your future, and just looking forward to cheering you on in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We see everybody in Paris. We'll be right back.
Focall Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focall is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focall's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focall, fueling growth for people.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things.
Man, I thought retirement would have slowed you down.
It's the island life, son. Living in paradise.
Must be nice. Can't wait until it's my turn, if that day ever comes.
My financial planner has provided me with solutions for my future. Pension, retirement, and even property management.
So who helped you with all this?
Let's go, son. 2 more miles.
What's Leno?
Out this fabulous Friday that we're having here on Bahamas at Sunrise. I want you to check out this incredible interview featuring Dave Stewart of the world famous Eurythmics.
Has a recording studio in Harbor Island. He was half of the iconic duo Eurythmics with hits such as Sweet Dreams and Here Comes the Rain Again. He sat down with Bahamas at Sunrise to talk about his enduring career.
So I just wanted to be a footballer and play for Sunderland, where I'm from, in the northeast of England. You know, playing in the street till it's dark, kicking the ball around. And then in a football match, when I was about 13 and a half, 14, somebody slid and broke my knee in 3 places. And I was in hospital, and then I was sat at home the same time. My mum left my dad. It's very cold, wet, rainy place, and by great fortune this box arrived from my cousin, and inside was a record, and I never listened to music, and I put this record on and I went into a kind of trance, and I realized, that must be music. And I put the radio on, and because of my age, on the radio came the Beatles and all these things, and I just switched from football to music. By the time I was 18, I was signed by Chris Blackwell, Island Records, Island Music, and that from being 18 years old to now 71, I've just made music my whole life. So ones you will probably know, in the Bahamas, I wrote Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, and made that record with my partner Annie Lennox. Here Comes the Rain Again, Would I Lie to You, Sisters Are Doing It for Themselves. And then I wrote hits with other people, with Gwen Stefani. I wrote Underneath It All for No Doubt. I wrote songs with Damian Marley, Bob Marley's son, Jimmy Cliff, an array of really new modern artists and classic artists, Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. So that's what I've done all my life.
Incredibly, Dave and Annie Lennox got a start with a small bank loan for a home recording studio.
you see, back in like 1982, it was the sort of birth of like a few things that were coming out, in inverted commas, synthesizers. Annie and I didn't really have any money. And this is the weird thing. I said to Annie, look, if we could buy some equipment ourselves, I'm convinced I could make the records. And she said, yeah, but where are we going to get the money? We were living on £8 a week between us. And we were living in what's called a squat, you know, where it's an empty house, derelict house. And so I somehow managed to get in the second-hand shop, you know, like a suit or something. And I said, let's go see the bank manager. And she was kind of laughing like, what's he going to say? But I had all these cut-out pictures of the equipment that I stuck on a little booklet. Went to see the bank manager, and I said, if we can make a record ourselves on equipment, instead of recording studio, I can make another record on the same equipment and another record on the same equipment. And he went dying, and he lent us £4,800 or something. And with that money on a studio, I made a song called Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, which is like, it's, you know, #1 in America and all over the place, and to this day is played every single day all over the world. So that was the big entry point into being successful. So we went from being completely broke to suddenly we had a massive hit all around the world.
Stewart's still active, doing concert tours and recording albums with prominent musicians.
I just finished playing a tour of Europe, and I just finished doing a tour of America with a guy called Brian Adams, like literally 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Finished it, and at the moment, Shekhar Kapoor and I are going through the final draft of the script about my teenage life. Okay. And that film's we're going to start making that film in later the end of the year. But before that, I'm playing again in July in Europe. And before that, Daryl and I are going to do a lot of filming and stuff for his album release. I wrote most of the songs with him and produced it in this room. In fact, the first people that came in this room, interesting, Bono, who said, instead of Happy New Year, he sent me a text, Happy New Gear. All right. And he said, we want to come, and they came. So Bono and the Edge from U2 came, and they it wasn't even finished yet, but they were using it.
He explained how Bahamian musicians can achieve crossover success.
See, looking at it from 25,000 feet, the large question is the crossover of Bahamian sort of modern calypso rhythms, or, you know, mixed with rap, mixed with, you know, like, you know, Beyonce is always like mixing up rhythms, you know, whether it's African rhythms or whatever, hip-hop beats. I think there's an opportunity, well, that AI, right, that's a whole other subject, but AI is going to make it possible for kids in their room in Nassau, in their bedroom or whatever, on their laptop or on the phone, start, you know, making beats, making songs that they think, hey, it should be like this, it should be like that. That mixed with real stars, like we listen, Jaden always has Bahamian rappers playing while he's cooking. Yeah. And I think, okay, there's usually what I call a lightning rod in some cities at a certain point of time. Kingston, Jamaica, Havana, Cuba, Liverpool, England, you know, Nashville, Tennessee. Now, it's where that lightning rod is going to land in the Bahamas, you know, so I personally, you know, I've built many studios, you know, one in the center of London, which is where Adele recorded and lots of people. I think the first thing is build and they shall come, you know, so this has already started, but the trouble is the music industry is in such chaos about how do people get paid, so I have lots of meetings about that, and I'm working with companies that are trying to get it sorted out, because all the DSPs, as you call them, the streaming services, and where does that money go to, has become a complete mess, like spaghetti, you know? So that's the first thing to overcome for everybody, not just Bahamian artists, you know.
Stewart loves to jam with his friend, Bahamian guitarist Rocky.
So anyway, this is my good friend Rocky, who I met, I can't remember, 10 years ago, something like that. And ever since we like noodled about on the guitars, but Rocky's also played on some of the records I've been making in here. Probably about 6 albums, including Daryl Hall's new album from Hall & Oates. And yeah, we just noodle about. See, on the way here, he said, he made this up in his head. So a little bit.
I just like doing stuff like that.
Go on, Ed.
Yeah.
Off now. You got it now, that was a rhythm bit. Yeah.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, old things. Things that are small, things that are grand. Things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Since 1974, the National Insurance Board has been an income replacement safety net.
But to ensure our future remains secure, starting July 1st, 2024, contribution rates will increase and will continue to be shared by employers and employees.
We will be sharing more information in the upcoming months, but for now, get more details on nibrateincrease.com.
Invest in tomorrow today with NIB.
Because together, we can ensure our financial future.
Functionally independent. Well, it's been a great day here on Bahamas at Sunrise. I feel like this has just been the perfect show to get us cruising into the independence spirit for next week.
Yeah, and we're gearing up. Everybody's going to go to the beach this weekend. They're sporting their colors. They're starting to gather all this food items they're going to be cooking next week. You're getting your fish together. You're getting your dry tongue. Whoever doing some peas and grits, call me. I need some peas and grits in my life. Real peas, grit and grits with the boiled flour to get parched in the pot and all that.
I was able to get, I was on a mission, I think, for my Bahamian classics in light of independence. So I had pea soup And then I got somebody to make me crab and rice. So now I think I just need some baked crab or
there you go.
some conch salad, and we'll be good.
Yeah, baked crab. Andrea sent us all the baked crab for Independence. That seems to be where all the best baked crab come from. But as y'all gear up through the weekend, make sure that you are safe. Make sure that you keep the beaches clean. Make sure that you are prepared. It is still hurricane season, so spend some time this weekend, maybe gathering some supplies, doing some repairs on your house, coming up with an action plan, just in case you need to get rid of, get out of a place in emergency. But most of all, be safe this weekend. Morning again to my son, Eli and Isaac, Onyx and Luna. Daddy loves you. We'll see you soon and have a great weekend.
Love it.
Boom.
See you Monday.
See you Monday. Oh, I won't see you Monday. I'll be in Little Nago. See y'all when I get back.